I wanted to spend a little time with you and go into the issues regarding Virginia's budget because in 1 month's time, the deadline will come for Virginia to have its budget passed. And many people are running around using the phrase shutdown. We are going to debunk that mystery and go into exactly why there isn't a budget deal, given the fact that there is a Democratic Party majority in the House and a Democratic majority in the Senate and a Democrat governor. But I think we have a little evidence to that to start out with from the Twitter feed of Senate pro tempore President Louise Lucas, the titular head of the Democratic Party in Virginia. Just yesterday, she posted to X, "The governor should be honest and tell the public what she won't do. She won't tax billion-dollar corporations to provide long-term revenue to help pay for K-12 and public safety and to backfill the federal cuts from Trump. The governor and the House are the ones that are gambling with our future by allowing the data centers to expand without concern for power, water, or paying their fair share of taxes." You've got to be kidding me, she writes. There's a record number of women in the General Assembly, and 4 of them are in leadership and a woman LG. Yet you think this is all about you? Okay, you thought it would be a great idea, but just remember, you started this mess. And I thought she said bad things about Governor Youngkin. Wow. So, what is Senator Lucas talking about when she brings up the tax breaks for multi-billion-dollar corporations? She's talking about a tax break that Virginia and 34 other states in the union apply to data centers in their state for the purchase of computer equipment. Now, in Virginia, twice a year, we have sales tax holidays, a weekend in which parents are encouraged to buy back-to-school supplies, or homeowners are encouraged to buy hurricane preparedness gear without tax. As Ben Franklin once said, if you want less of something, tax it. So the opposite must also be true. In Virginia, what we did is cut a deal with the developers of data centers that if you buy computer equipment or if you contract with computer repair staff in the Commonwealth, that purchase is tax-free. So what really Senator Lucas is talking about doing is taxing a bunch of middle-class shopkeepers and computer wholesalers. Doesn't sound quite as sexy when you put it that way. The data centers will just fold the cost into the cost of doing business or move elsewhere, as Governor Morrisey of West Virginia has suggested to the data centers that haven't been built yet, that West Virginia is open for business. So while we listen to Governor Morrisey in West Virginia sing the siren song calling data centers to his state, what's going to happen in the Commonwealth of Virginia over this tax abatement? If they can't reach an agreement, an accord, to either accept the Democrat proposal from the House, which includes the tax break, or the Democrat proposal in the Senate, which doesn't, we will not have a shutdown. I know, people in my business are supposed to say things like shutdown, but it's not going to happen. There will be austerity spending. We call it a skinny budget. And what's funny is people are saying shutdown when we've had this happen in 2021, 2022, and 2023. So it's not like we don't have experience. So before you get ginned up into this idea that the greedy data center oligarchs are somehow robbing Virginia's children and their elderly of their care, that's not the case whatsoever. As a matter of fact, the data centers, which Louise Lucas says are expanding without concern for power or water or paying their fair share of taxes, pay their fair share of taxes. As a matter of fact, most counties that have data centers in them have some of the lowest property tax rates for homeowners in the Commonwealth. The demagoguery of the data center industry is very easy to do because we don't like pop-up ads. We don't like online surveys that pop up as soon as we open our smartphone. And we don't like the idea of a federal agency being able to look into our private surfing of the internet. Some controversial points to make. Number one, your surfing of the internet is like walking down the street. You're out in public. Number two, most of the smartphone apps you've clicked I agree to download have in them a proviso saying that they have the authority to, by their own decision, show your interactions with them to a third party, and that usually is law enforcement. And we have not really done a great job of coming up with laws dealing with the authority and what kind of warrants need to be issued for that kind of surveillance or even investigations postscript. So data centers become the easy boogeyman because we've created the boogeyman. As Ron Paul once said during a 2012 presidential debate, a $1,000 iPad doesn't help the American economy very much either. That should show you how long ago 2012 was when we were talking about an iPad being expensive at $1,000. But technology is part of everything we do. Technology is how we work. Technology creates jobs. And data centers, though they may not specifically create a lot of jobs in them, create jobs dealing with the water and the electricity and the physical plants that they need to operate. The water recycling systems that most of them use, Senator Lucas. So while they're an easy piñata to swing your sticks at, the boogeyman on both the right and the left is not the boogeyman you're looking for. You might want to start on Senator Lucas's X account.